Hello, children. Now we are going to start our chapter number 1 of history, the rise of nationalism in Europe. So please make note from this and try to understand the chapter, the story. It is quite interesting story to know about the Europe, how the democracy came there, how people revolted for their rights. So we are going to start with the first chapter of history, the rise of nationalism in Europe. It starts with a painting of Frederic Soriot, who is a French artist. You can see here the picture in your book also that a lot of people are marching toward the Statue of Liberty with they are paying homage. Homage means hota hai Shraddhanjali. So he was thinking of a utopian nation. Utopian means a dream, a nation who has a nation state who has common culture, tradition, all those things. So he started with the visualizing his dream of a world made up of a democratic and social republic. French Revolution and the idea of nation state. In this chapter, the first point is about the French Revolution and the idea of the nation state. As I've already told you, nation state means a nation having common culture, tradition, language, flag, national anthem, all those things. So in 1789, French Revolution took place, which ended the absolute monarchy. For what? For the changes of the collective identity. They introduced the lay patrie, that is fatherland, and lay citoyen, that is a citizen. They introduced their new tricolor flag. The state generals were elected by the common people by the National Assembly. They introduced their national anthem, and French became national language there after French Revolution. And the news of revolution was spread the French armies. They moved to Holland, Belgium, Switzerland, Italy to spread the idea of French Revolution. So it starts from the French Revolution and how the people, as we read last year, that how the people of France, they were under the rule of Louis XVI, and how he was abdicated, he was executed also, and then people become free. So it starts with the French Revolution. What happened then? There is the entry of Napoleon. When the people were free, they did not they were free from the monarchy, so they were enjoying their democratic country. They had their rights, they had their tricolor flag and all those things. Suddenly what happened? Napoleon entered in the year 1789. Napoleon destroyed democracy by introducing monarchy but in the administrative field. So, as we read, that after French Revolution, people had the democracy there. But what Napoleon did, he destroyed the democracy and introduced monarchy again there, but in the administrative field. He gave his code, that is the Napoleon Code, also known as Civil Code, in the year 1804. So keep in mind, he came in 1789 and he gave his code in 1804, and he died in 1815 in the Battle of Waterloo. What was the Napoleon Code? Under the Napoleon Code, he established the equality before law, the right to property he gave, abolished the feudal system. Feudal system means the society was divided into three states, so he abolished it. People were free. Peasants freed from serfdom. Serfdom means bonded labor. Removed of guild restriction, that is a trade free of taxes. There were no tax over the trade. Then introduced the transport and communication system. It was developed under the Napoleon Code. So he introduced a lot of things, very good changes he made in the France. That is, Napoleon destroyed democracy. He gave Napoleon Code, established equality before law, right to property, abolished feudal system, peasants freed from serfdom, removed of guild restrictions, and transport and communication system. So it may come in exam write about the Napoleonic Code or Civil Code. So these are the Napoleonic Code. What happened then? For all those Napoleon Code, for all the changes, people praised Napoleon. And what happened then? There were some drawbacks also. What were the drawbacks of Napoleonic Code? So drawbacks were taxes were increased, censorship was imposed. Censorship means nobody can argue or nobody can write against the Napoleon. एंड ही फोर्स टू ज्वाइन आर्मी टू कॉन्कर द अदर पार्ट ऑफ यूरोप। जिलन अगर आप गौर करें तो सेंसरशिप हिटलर भी लाया था, और हिटलर सेंसरशिप ला के वॉट एवर ही वॉन्टेड ही डिड। सेम वे नेपोलियन ने भी सेंसरशिप लाया ताकि इसके अगेंस्ट कोई बोल ना पाए, एंड ही फोर्स्ड टू ज्वाइन द आर्मी टू कॉन्कर द अदर पार्ट ऑफ यूरोप। These are the drawbacks of Napoleon. What was the condition of Europe? In Europe, no nation state was there. Like large countries like Germany and Italy were divided into small kingdoms. These big countries, they were not a united nation. Eastern and Central Europe was under autocratic monarchies, that is Habsburg Empire. People spoke different languages like French, Italian, German. कोई common language नहीं थी उनकी. No common tradition, history. That is Habsburg Empire ruled over ऑस्ट्रिया एंड हंगरी. कोई कॉमन ट्रेडिशन नहीं था. यही लोगों के एक यही फ्रेडरिक सॉरियो चाहते थे कि एक नेशन स्टेट बने. जिस तरह से लोग यहाँ डिवाइड है, कोई फ्रेंच बोल रहा, कोई इटालियन बोल रहा, कोई जर्मन बोल रहा है, कोई कॉमन ट्रेडिशन नहीं, कोई कॉमन कल्चर नहीं. सो दिस वॉज द ड्रीम ऑफ फ्रेडरिक सॉरियो, and it started in the mid of 18th century. Mid of 18th century means 1750 to 1815 के बीच के ईयर को बोलते हैं मिड ऑफ 18th century.